Hey, this is a quick video just to show off a little bit of my game collection. Um, so here is kind of some of the things I really like. I know it's going to seem corny, but I love these old LSI style games. You can see, this is the Tandy Caveman. I've got the game Fortron, Scramble, and these are all little tabletop arcade cabinets. I'm really into these. This one's called Galaxy 2. I have never seen or been able to find evidence of a Galaxy 1 existing. I love the form factor on that. It's real chunky. These guys are heavy. They take, I want to say, like 4 C batteries to operate. And you can see it's basically Galaga. And yeah, you fire back at the enemy. Kind of cool. I don't know, Alien Chase. I love this guy because it's 2-player. You can see there's a second player joystick on there. So you can play head-to-head against your friend. Now, if you own one of these, you're probably unlikely to have a friend to play against. But yeah, kind of cool. You can see joystick 1, joystick 2. And again, it makes awful noises when you turn it on. Yeah, I only got this one because it looks really cool. Old classic Pac-Man arcade game. Of course, you can play. So kind of cool. I like the form factor on this too. The noises are just awful. But yeah, Commodore. There's a Neo Geo Mini down there. This is the Aquarius. It's an arcade system, or not an arcade system, a home computer put out by Mattel. In 1982, it was out for 2 months before they decided it wasn't going to sell. You can see it's got a handle a lot like the Intellivision here. I'm actually got it with my Vectrex. Let's see here. We'll pass by this for now. But yeah, here's my Vectrex. I got this for about $200. They normally go for like $600 to $800 online. What's really cool is it runs on vector-based graphics, so I'll show you what I mean by that. It's a little scratchy. So you can see, you might be able to hear kind of a buzz coming from it. But I'll show you just a little example of how the graphics work. Let's see here. Actually, I think we can do the Cantina Band. This is a demo to play a little song from Star Wars. And so you can see the way they did color in these guys is, whoop, there's a little overlay. So that's what it really looks like. You can see there's no pixels whatsoever. It's all vector-based. So effectively, this is a oscilloscope they turned into a video game, so that's kind of cool. This is just a little tech demo with the Cantina song. So yeah, the Vectrex is incredibly rad. You know, I got some other stuff around here, these are sort of my higher end Super Nintendo games. I got some stuff in there like Pocky and Rocky, Run Saber, Chrono Trigger. Those are all getting kind of expensive these days. I did not buy them when they were expensive. In fact, I got Pocky and Rocky on accident. It was $2 and I got it with trade-in credit for an N64 game. Yeah, TurboGrafx. This is the Intellivision Flashback console. It's sort of a re-release they did a few years ago. But I actually got it signed by the guy who was, probably one of a few people working on a crew, but one of the creators of the Intellivision, Arthur Dorf. I met him and he signed it for me. So he was pretty cool. He was surprised anyone even knew what an Intellivision was at the time. At TurboGrafx over here, TurboGrafx Mini. I love my mini consoles. I've got the mini Super Nintendo, mini Sega, mini PlayStation, the miniature PS1. All of these I've got hacked and cracked, so they're all full of games that I added. Retron 5 can play Super Nintendo, NES, Famicom, Game Boy. Got me a Dreamcast, a top-loading NES, PlayStation 3, original Xbox, and I have more around, but geez, I can't have them all hooked up. A bunch of controllers. This guy's pretty cool. It's a 1980s New World brand receiver. Still has the sticker on it. Sangean ATS 803A. Pretty rare old radio, especially to find in this good condition. $20 at a thrift shop. They're going maybe $200 online in this condition. You can see I've got some pins from the 80s. I got this at the thrift shop as well. Just Mario pins. A Woolly Yoshi, some Amiibo. My kid drew some Mario pictures, Mario and Luigi there. It's my old regular NES. I don't use it much, but I got these little figures from the 80s here too. Gosh, rounding up more of the collection. I really like LCD-based games, so I have a lot of the old Game & Watch stuff. Lifeboat is pretty rare. I have in there Zelda Game & Watch, just Mario's Cement Factory, which I know is super weird. Donkey Kong Jr., the original Mario Bros. Handheld game. There is an LCD platformer of Mario here. You can see the demo running. So yeah, these are all Game & Watches. It was before they figured out the Game Boy and basically a LCD watch technology. So you got like my N64 game cabinet here, N64 games, some Vectrex games, box Donkey Kong 3. Got all my Japanese Super Nintendo games over here. The Lawnmower Man for Super Nintendo, that's important. My only boxed NES game, Legacy of the Wizard. I basically got it because it was cheap. You can see more of my cheapo schmeepo SNES games. I like to keep the more expensive ones locked away so that they don't fade or get as covered in dust as some of these are. There's some Famicom games down here, NES games, my NES cabinet. You can see it's got like the zapper spaces for controllers. I actually found this at a Habitat for Humanity store. They had it in with a bunch of cassette tapes. But yeah, some of my better stuff in here, all the Mega Mans. Not necessarily like my most expensive SNES games, but the ones I'm most likely to pull out and play, I keep organized here. Let's see here. The box for Scramble over there. Keep a lot of boxes up here. Got a Super Scope, Genesis Flashback, boxes for the Aquarius and the Neo Geo Mini. My kid wanted to play the Aquarius with me, so it looked really fun. And the one word he used to describe it was disappointing. It's really, really not that good. PS3 games, Game & Watch, Star Trek handheld, PSP games back there, Dragon Ball poster, because I'm a nerd. This is a modern Vectrex game, Quartz's Quest. It's an RPG. bunch of PlayStation games. And I really like my PlayStation RPGs, obviously. DS games. This is one of my favorite pieces. This is Radio Game Watch by Pop Game. It's got an LCD game where you're managing orbit of a satellite around a star system somewhere out in the universe. And it has an AM radio. And it comes with a single headphone that's still in there. So it's my only combination radio LCD game, and I love it. It was really hard to find. And then, of course, I just have mishmash like Atari games, Xbox games, Sega Genesis. Just some stuff I'm not that excited about. A few Wii and Wii U games. Keep a bunch of Wii and Wii U games up there, too. Obviously, I prefer some of the older stuff, but is what it is. Parachute. That's a pretty fun game. So, yeah, that's kind of the game room tour. Got a bunch of mini arcade games here. You know, Dragon Ball manga series, again, because I'm a dork. But, yeah. You know, I keep a bunch of tapestries and posters up on the wall for fun. A little grow tent here. We can grow plants for the garden. Old Genesis poster with some new, like, mini posters from the SNES Mini. You know, Gunbari Goemon. So, I don't know. I'm not trying to be a braggart about my video game stuff, but, you know, my brother here asked if I had any collections, and the answer is yes. I'm quite the collector. This is a Game Boy here that'll allow you to play Super Nintendo games on it, so that's kind of fun. Let's see, Vectrex Multicart. So, I don't know. This is where I spend a lot of my time. This is sort of the man room, the game room, and I hope you enjoyed my little tour. Have a good one.